Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another frugal living habits and hacks video. This video is all about the habits that frugal people have and the ways that you can introduce them into your life very easily to help you save money. I have done, I think, 3 of this series so far, my frugal living habits videos. So hopefully if you haven't seen those already, then I will link them in the description, but hopefully you have seen them and these are going to be some additional tips. I haven't watched back my old videos, but I'm hoping there won't be any overlap. So if you've got any of your own, I'd love to read them. Drop them down in the comments. I know that people watching love reading the comments as well and helping themselves by getting extra tips and extra habits for living frugally. So yeah, get involved in the conversation. But if you are struggling to save money, then hopefully this is the video for you and this is the channel for you, because I love to give my advice and my tips and hacks for living your best life on a budget. So before I get into the video, there are loads of blog posts. In fact, I just posted one yesterday for frugal living and budgeting and money saving. The website is larajoannajarvis.com and over on Instagram, Lara Joanna Jarvis. So you can come and join me on Instagram for day-to-day frugal living, as well as my blog for written, you know, if you want to print it out or anything like that. There's printouts for Christmas budgeting and things like that. So let's get into the video. I hope you really enjoy it. So when I first started this frugal journey, I was looking to save for a house and I hadn't ever really been that frugal at all, and it was a real mindset shift. And I have to say, since I've started doing it, I really have changed so many habits, and these are just kind of ones that help me. But I know that there are people out there that are way more frugal, way more minimalist, way more savvy with money, and that is okay. This is kind of like my journey and what I've learned along the way that are really easy to integrate into my life. So obviously, yes, there will be more people that are more minimalist than me, but that is one thing that I do find has really helped with the frugal journey, is being more minimalist, I can't even say it, and just living with less, because it just makes you realise you don't need all the stuff, do you? You don't need 10 different types of coat when you can, you know, style yourself in a way that looks amazing but much more frugally. And it is about having that kind of like more, I know I've spoken about a lot, but a capsule wardrobe, and there are videos here on my channel. I'll try and link them down in the description bar for you. Living with less and minimalism, you know, I love my minimalism and my decluttering, because not only does it just help you live more frugally, but it also helps me live more kind of like clutter-free in my head and a lot more stress-free. So yeah, definitely recommend doing that if you haven't started decluttering already. Tip number 2 is to know your finances inside out. I know I've spoken about this before, about budgeting, and shared my videos on budgeting, but to know exactly what state your finances in. If they're in a mess, address it and make a plan to work your way out of it, because it's so easy just to kind of ignore it, and it just gets worse and worse. And addressing it and making a plan to get out of debt is just the best foot forward. So definitely, it's hard, but definitely do that. The third thing that frugal people do is to reuse their water. Now, every day when my children come home from school, if they haven't finished their water from their water bottles, it goes in the plants, it goes in the garden, it doesn't go down the drain, it is used somewhere else around the house. So think about that when you have excess water, whether it's your bath or maybe the kettle. Use it on things that need it, not down the drain. The next frugal habit is to turn your thermometer down just a couple of degrees. You won't freeze. Maybe chuck on a jumper. It can save you hundreds of pounds a year just by turning that thermostat down by a few degrees. So we're in centigrade here in the UK, so maybe your heating is on 25, turn it down to 22. You're not going to freeze. Just see how you get on, and if it is too cold, maybe turn it up a little bit. But I'll tell you something, when it's really cold, you do turn the heating up, you really love it so much more, because you're not used to it being quite so cozy. Okay, the 5th way that frugal people save money is to say no to things, and this has become so apparent in my life this year. Obviously, with the situation we're all in, it is yeah, it's tricky to do much at the moment anyway, but to say no to things has really helped me take control of things, I guess. Just saying, actually, no, I can't come to dinner, and that's obviously going to save me money. I don't feel like I'm missing out because I'm making that decision. I might invite people over for dinner when we're allowed, but it's actually just taking control of those decisions rather than just being a yes man, like, yeah, I'll come to that, yes, I'll do this, yes, I'll pay for dinner. You know, it's actually what benefit is it giving you? Is it actually bringing you value? So don't be afraid to say no. Okay, the next habit of frugal people is to trade your services for money or trade them for other services. So you could maybe, if you are a good music teacher, you might be able to teach people over Zoom. It's great at the moment because you don't need to go into people's houses or anything like that. You can just do it all over Zoom, or potentially you can sell your things on Marketplace or swap them. Make sure it's equal, make sure it's all evened out, but trade your services. So if you're really good at gardening and you are retired or you're furloughed, then go out and offer to cut people's lawns, your neighbours mow their lawns, or trim bushes back. Trade your services and get money back for it in turn, and actually it means that you're then spending your free time doing things that are actually benefiting you financially, as well as getting out and about if it's something like gardening or grounds maintenance. Guys, if you are enjoying this video and it's giving you some inspiration, I'd really appreciate it if you wanted to subscribe to my channel. We are so close to my year goal of 50,000 subscribers, and I would absolutely love to have you in this community of like-minded and kind and supportive people. Think about subscribing, and also hit the thumbs up button if you are enjoying it and it's bringing you some value. Okay, my next habit of frugal people is to invest their money. So I did a whole video about how to use Trading 212 and how easy it is and how well I've done with my own investments. You don't even need to invest more than £1, because here's a little tip. You can deposit £1, set up your Trading 212 account and get the link to refer any friends, family, your husband, your mum, whoever, and then you will each get a free share worth up to £200. So there's a link down in the description bar. If you use that link to sign up, both of us will get a free share, and you can then sign up. You don't need to deposit loads of money, you don't need to use it religiously, you can take your money out whenever you want to, but that little free share, they could build up over time. So I'm hoping, obviously, mine will do the same. I shared the video and I got quite a few free shares from it, which was great, but that person's getting a free share as well. But for me, investing is something I'm really focusing on now that we have, saved quite well for our house deposit and we're still waiting to buy. I'm now looking to move some money into investments, long-term and shorter term. I'm not a financial advisor, I always say this, and the video is really informative, but it's really interesting to kind of see that as a frugal tip now, and frugal habit that I actually have in my own life, because I know that in the future my investments are going to pay off. It may be up and down, might be, might lose, might win, but over time I know that I can have that as my retirement fund or my holiday fund, especially getting those free shares. So check out the link in the description bar. This is not affiliated with them whatsoever. It's just a tip that I've picked up recently, and it can help you earn loads of money for free. Okay, the 8th thing that frugal people do is to set up payments so that they come out automatically, because the last thing you need at the moment is bad credit. The last thing that you need is to miss a payment and then you get bad credit from it, because we don't need that kind of hassle right now in our lives. It's stressful enough as it is financially. So you may not feel like you want to do automatic payments because it might feel like out of control, you're not in control of it. But for me, I just found like it's something that I don't need to think about, and I know that it's not going to harm my credit score. Tip number 9, frugal people always make their own cleaning solutions. They're multi-purpose, just some water, vinegar and some essential oil, and you've got a cleaner for your whole house, and you can just put it into a reusable spray bottle and top it up whenever you need to use it. It's a really, really cheap, affordable way of cleaning your home. Okay, the 10th thing that frugal people do is to not buy new. This may seem potentially a no-brainer, but for me, especially when my children were young, I was buying the toys new all the time. I don't know why, because now I look at it and I think, I could have got that so much cheaper on Marketplace or in a thrift store or something like that. Things like cars as well, we all know they lose so much value as soon as you take them off the forecourt. I bought my car, I think it was at the time maybe 4 years old, but it had really low mileage, and the money that I saved on it was so much compared to buying it new. It was just a no-brainer. So think about what you can buy secondhand, and obviously it's better for the planet as well. Next tip is to go to community events. They're often free. It's great for socializing if you haven't got a friend group near you, or you have struggled to make friends where you live. Obviously things are a little bit at the moment, hashtag 2020, everyone's having to kind of step back on things that they're doing, but it's a great way of saving money and being much more sociable as well. Okay, the next tip is to use voucher codes, and I've got a video coming up really soon which is going to share how I do it, and it's going to blow your mind because I can't believe this exists. But things like vouchers and coupons as well. I know extreme couponing is a thing majorly in the States, not so much here, there are some over here, but always get a coupon and always get a discount. Okay, the 13th tip now is to pay annually for things like car insurance, tax, TV license, whatever, you know, home insurance is, because you often save so much money doing this compared to paying monthly. Tip number 14 is always ask for discounts, especially if you can say, can I have a cash discount? Make sure you are asking, don't feel like a cheapskate, don't feel like you are, you know, rude. People are happy to give discounts, especially, you know, local businesses, or, you know, if you're paying by cash, they're happy to give you a discount, so always make sure you ask. And finally, tip number 15 for habits of frugal people is they don't see that being frugal as a negative. Let that sink in. Because when I first began this journey, I was like, I love spending money, I don't like to think about it, I just do it. But now I've really learnt along the way, I've actually realised how fun it can be. Being frugal is not being cheap. I say this all the time. It's being economical and buying things for the best price, or not buying them at all, of course. And it's not a negative, it's a positive, and you can build this whole community like I've done because you're with like-minded people. Same in real life, you can have, you know, like-minded friends and family that always support you and encourage you to be frugal. So just don't see it as a negative. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed hearing my next 15 habits of frugal people. I can't wait to see you here on my channel for the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I'd really appreciate it. And check out larajoannajarvis.com for the blog post, and Lara Joanna Jarvis on Instagram to follow me, and we can hang out a bit more day to day. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you so soon. Bye.